Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're out on the bike. As you can see, today we're in the beautiful Georgian market town of Richmond, and we're heading over to the Dales to do a couple of very light, easy trails today. Just a little bit of an itch scratcher, but before that we're just going to ride down this beautiful little section of Richmond that takes us down to Richmond Falls. Castlegate and Castle Terrace is where we are, and the reason being is we have the big Norman Keep up there behind us. As we descend down, we come to Richmond Falls. Couple of people and dogs, thank you. The beautiful Richmond Falls, and here we are. Absolutely gorgeous on a day like today. We did have quite a lot of rain yesterday, incidentally, so whilst the falls aren't going to be ridiculously full and overflowing, they certainly will be quite good to look at. So let's just get pulled up momentarily and we'll have a quick look at Richmond Falls. Always pulls a bit of a crowd down here. Okay, so that's us off the bike and let's go have a look. This side is the tranquil side. You can see the water level is quite high already. Generally speaking, you've got around about 20 to 30 feet of foreshore here before dropping over to the falls to the left hand side. So yeah, the water level is significantly high, and it looks like it's been higher. It looks like it's on its way down at the moment. So if we just puff across here and have a look at the falls themselves, always pulls a little bit of a crowd when there's some water flowing down, particularly after some heavy rain. But yeah, I'm sure you'll agree, this is a gorgeous place. And on that note, folks, let's QVT.
When you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure?
Wowzers, let's drop the visor down, folks, just so you can hear a little bit better and I can see a little bit better. So here we are, bathed in sunshine, just heading deep into the Yorkshire Dales. It's an absolutely amazing day today. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday the rain was absolutely bouncing, flash floods everywhere, but today, at the moment at least, we have some dry weather and a little bit of sun, the yellow orb of pleasure in the sky. So, as I mentioned in the last video there, June in particular is going to be quite a tricky month for me. There's a lot going on. MOTs and various other bits and bats, kind of the more of the home life than the bike life balance. I do pretty well as it is, it's got to be said, but sometimes the bike life just needs to give a little bit just to make way for the home life balance. So the family wagon went for its MOT yesterday in real time, and yes, thankfully that passed its MOT, so I am out on the bike as we speak. I had assigned the entire weekend to be pretty much laid on the drive underneath the van, sorting that out, but yeah, for a 13-year-old vehicle on 160,000 miles, it went through straight away, which is absolutely fantastic and testament to that vehicle itself. So really pleased with that. Hence, I've got a little window of opportunity just to come out and scratch the itch. And when I say a window of opportunity, in essence, I've kind of got the full day, but that said, the forecast is a little similar to yesterday, in so much as we've got a nice dry morning, and then in the afternoon we're forecast those heavy showers again. So I can certainly see the clouds around me building as I work my way up through Swaledale. This is absolutely gorgeous riding. I don't normally include all of the road sections, but why would you not include this? Yes, so I am going to do a couple of trails today. That's primarily the focus of the channel at the moment, and it's certainly what I enjoy doing rather than road riding per se. But yeah, when you've got scenery like this in a place like this, wow, why would you not include it? So that said, let's pick this up on the dirty stuff. Nice easy trails today, just a few hours, get me up on the tops, get me into some beautiful open spaces, good for the brain, good for the body, and just generally good for the soul. As the camera's synced, let's get down to the start point, get this bike turned around. So here we are up on Redmire military ranges. We've got the ranges all around us. They're not using these lower ranges, but the red flags signify that the ranges are live and active. It is quite breezy, so I do apologise for a little bit of wind noise, but here we are just coming up to the eastern edge of Redmire Moor, and this is the start of our first trail. Hello there folks, how are you doing indeed? Yes, so here we are at the start of our first trail. I'm not really sure what today's going to bring in terms of the video. I just feel like being out for a little bit of a bike fix for myself, just to get out into some beautiful open countryside. We can certainly see there, looking behind me, you guys are kind of looking east. There's a lot of very good weather, and if we look in front of us where the wind is coming from, we can see the clouds that are bubbling up and barreling up, and there's a lot of dark in the sky. So I've probably only got about an hour and a half before we start to feel the rain. I'm not overly bothered about riding in the rain, as you guys well know, but that said, I'd far rather ride in the dry, in the sunshine, just to get those lovely iconic shots and just generally scratch the itch, as it were. It's out for enjoyment today, not endurance. So let's get you guys off the fence post, we'll get you strapped to the bike, and we'll take you over the beautiful Redmire Moor.
Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah,
this one. 2, 1. Frame cam. Wow, I don't think I've had the camera that low before. It does look a little vulnerable, but hey ho, let's see how we get on. This cloud cover, incidentally, just in the 5 minutes to set the camera up there, that is barreling across, and I'm not surprised really with the wind strength that we've got. So Redmire, I've not been here for a while, to be fair. So as I said there in the opener, I am just looking for some fairly gentle trails today. I don't really fancy anything massively technical. That's about as technical as I want today. Hopefully we've still got frame cam. I'm going to have to keep glancing down periodically just to check that we're still there. Yeah, I don't really fancy anything too technical today. It is just a bit of a box ticker, a little bit of a scratch the itch. Get out, I've got some food with me and some hot drink, as always. But I must admit, it is just nice to be on these trails today, flying solo. And it's a kind of flying solo sort of day for me, really. Not one that I necessarily wanted to bring any company with, or subject the company to the fairly inauspicious trails that I'm doing. That said though, Redmire is fantastic, and the one thing that is very nice about Redmire is the views that you get when you crest off the top and you start to look up towards the head of Wensleydale is absolutely fantastic. And really that's why I brought you guys along with me today. I thought about leaving the cameras at home, particularly after the last video, just saying that the videos may well come at you a little bit sparsely through June. Well, we dropped 1 week already, so I figured that we would just do a little bit of a short one, bring you along with me as well. And yes, here we are, just starting to opening up towards the top of Wensleydale. And look at that cloud cover, lots and lots. So a bit of livestock up ahead. Let's just slow down. Got to be very careful here because here we don't want to scare the livestock, obviously, but we also have lambs and mum sheep on alternate sides of the track, and they do have a tendency to be a little bit temperamental and just bolt across the track. So yes, high up on the tops here, look how dark those clouds ahead look. I think in truth I'm probably only going to have a little bit of a play on Redmire and then maybe work my way back. So I'm going to stop and get a brew just at the top of here. This is one of those places where there's a little bit of a seating area and a monument, and it's nice on a day like today just to take it all in and have a look around us. So here we are at that point. We'll just gently ease the bike away from the trail. I'm just being careful not to mark or bruise the grass in any way. And let's just have a quick look around. So this is why we've stopped up here high on Redmire. We've got all the weather coming at us from over there. We can see that's very dark. I can already see the very top of the dale. Look, I don't know whether GoPro will pick that out, but the very top of the dale there is just starting to disappear into the mist. That is indicative that it's actually raining over there. If we spin ourselves around and look to the east, that looks absolutely fantastic. Gorgeous blue fluffy clouds, but yes, it won't be long before that's here. So we have this little bit of a cairn, some seating area here, which is very nice. I'm going to spend a few minutes or so here just chilling out, absorbing this scenery, then work my way down to the mine, hang a left, and then pick the road section and head back home. And really, that's kind of all I wanted to do today, was just to get that box ticker done, get out on the bike just for an hour or two, and door to door, that's pretty much what I've done. So sometimes less is more, and definitely today is one of those days where less is gonna be more. I'm just watching this rain that we can see there directly ahead of us. Over to the right now, which is to windward, is looking pretty clear, but directly behind that is looking quite dark and ominous as well. So I think, given that we're knocking on the door of lunchtime, got about an hour to get back home, I'm gonna have a little bit of a circumnavigate around Redmire and then work our way home. But thankfully we've missed that shower, so let's bid farewell to you guys on Miracam. Thank you very much, folks, and let's get ourselves underway across the beautiful Redmire. Yes, you can certainly see there looking ahead. I am absolutely sure the GoPro will pick that up. One of the trails that I was going to do is currently buried in the mist, or certainly the haze of the rain ahead there. And here we are dropping down to the old mine workings of Redmire. I'm not entirely sure of the name of this mine. I will flash it up on the screen incidentally. I always just refer to it as Redmire Mine, and I am acutely aware that that is hugely inaccurate and incorrect. But I think this was an old lead smelting mine, which the Dales are very famed for. Unfortunately, yeah, we can see pockets of litter here. This is, you know, there's just no need for this. It really gets my goat. There's chocolate bar wrappers there, sandwich box wrappers and drinks, so clearly somebody's stopped here for lunch. Okay, it is industrial heritage. Maybe some people may see it as a blight on the landscape, I don't know, but in a naturally stunning area that we're in at the moment, why would you just do that? Why would you do that? Very infuriating. I will see if I've got a bit of space on the bike, pack that on and take it away with me before we go. It'll be interesting to see if there are any Google images kicking around of this place when it was a bit more operational. Maybe they are CG images or not, I don't know. But yeah, there's the stack from the old smelt works, and yeah, it must have been quite a sizable structure when it was all done. The spoil heaps over here. Yeah, it certainly is an interesting place, and one that is nice to come to in any weather. I'm not entirely sure what these gullies would have been. Would have that been for water flow maybe? Don't know. There's certainly a tramway or a trackway leading us up towards the chimney stack. And this little structure here, would this have been an air culvert perhaps? I don't know. Again, I'm no mining expert, but certainly looks very interesting. But yes, here we are then, high up on Redmire Moor. Let's see if we can get that litter picked up and stored away on the bike, drop it off at a nearby bin somewhere. This really does get me. Why would people do this? You carried it in full, just absolutely bone idle lazy. Look at that. So 2 drinks, 2 sandwich cartons and 2 chocolate bars. Very indicative of a male Dale. Whoever you are, I know you won't see this, but if you recognise this litter, just ridiculous. I'll get this strapped to the back of the bike somehow, maybe under here, yeah, that'll work. Hey dear me, second time I've been out on the trail, and it's the second time that I've had to pick up somebody else's mess. And people moan at motorcyclists, see? People moan at motorcyclists. So we'll find a bin somewhere and we'll dispose of that as it should have been in the first instance. Ridiculous. But that looks a little bit better now. I'm happy at that. Now why can't people just do this? Here we are, Richmond town, there's a bin, and we can now get rid of the litter that was on or is on the back of the bike. Very, very frustrating indeed. And you know, is it really too much effort to do? So here we are, there's our litter, we brought it back. So incidentally then, Redmire, this was the first place that I came with the TRF on a ride that I didn't film. It was the very first ride that I did. One that I mentioned in a previous video. It was led by Leo, Peter bring it up tail end, and Rachel pretty much in the middle. Myself and another chap, Dragos, we were the only people on that ride. So we came across Redmire. It's that kind of nice gentle trail, as you can see. And it's also the place that I came when I first picked the Tenere up, and I just wanted somewhere nice and gentle just to have a little bit of a practice and a feel of the bike on the loose, and just generally on a dirt trail, as you can see. So it is a nice place to come to. As I say, it's not challenging whatsoever, but that's not what I was after today. I was just after a little bit of a scenery fix, just a little bit of upland open space, and back home and relax before the working week. So it's very definitely ticked a box in that front. What's funny, you know, when I very first came across here, the loose, just the kind of the bike moving around on the marbles as it were underneath me, was quite disconcerting. I actually quite enjoy that now. But as I did mention in the last video, there are some pretty big things coming at us as we go into July, and there's going to be some fairly monumental videos there of away days, camping trips, led rides and leading rides, so lots and lots to come. So it is important that I utilise my time very wisely, recharge the batteries, ready to hit the ground running in July. I certainly don't want to miss out on anything from being unduly tired, that is for sure. Tumbling back off the tops and the heights of the Yorkshire Dales, just staring down across the Vale of Mowbray towards the North Yorkshire Moors National Park. That is the hills right off there in the very, very distance that we can see. Pretty much picking us back up where we started. Absolutely incredible. I've got the wind behind me now, so it feels like the temperature's gone up, but that wind chill factor is keeping us down at around about 12 degrees today, which is still very pleasant for riding. And we have this nice, gorgeous little tumble down through the tiny water splash and then back to the gate. Okay, so it's not every day you find yourself just standing in the middle of a tiny little water crossing as we are here now, but yes, hey ho, let's get this camera placed ready for our rather inauspicious little water splash. This may or may not work, who knows, one way or other. We're just about to find out. So there we are, camera is placed. Let's start the walk back and get the bike. I hope nobody comes along and hits that camera. That is the downside. Mind, it's in the waterproof case. Fairly strong and robust, he said. Famous last words. Why did I park the bike so far away when I needed it about here? Hey-ho. Oh, the things we do for the YouTube channel, eh? The things we do. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the trail now. Back to the inauspicious little water splash where we started our journey. There's our camera on said rock, and let's go pick it up. Hopefully it is still there. Ah, we're still standing, I can see. Interesting. I honestly thought that would have just got washed over, to be fair, but no. Yeah, we're still standing, a little bit washed up. There we are. Let's give you a wipe off. Fantastic stuff. So yes, camera placement. Let's see if that worked. If you watch the footage, it worked. If you're just looking at me looking at the camera, then it didn't work. So here we are, pretty much mapped full 360. Let me get this gate. It's not very often that I do a video like this where we do a full 360 round, but this one just being a fairly short little chatette, I figured why not. It's a good box ticker for me. and it means that I can get home now. We're no longer bathed in sunshine as we were earlier. Lots of energy up in the sky there. Litter on the back of the bike retrieved. So yes, mission accomplished on many fronts. So let's get ourselves away from Redmire, and I'm going to head myself back home now. This is a very nice little section of road that we got here, certainly this opener, as you can see, just nice little twists and flows. We've got the red flags there ahead, just signifying that the firing ranges are live, and obviously we can't fly the drone here, it's too windy anyway, but it is military land, so we can't fly the drone. Over the crest, and then we've pretty much got a straight descent down towards the major tank road, and then we pick that up and head home. So if you have stuck with me to the end of this rather short video and fairly benign video, then thank you very much for your company as always. Please do hit that subscribe button, there's lots more to come. There's also heaps in the back catalogue as well to have a look at, but there are lots more to come, some very big rides as we go through July. So the final thing for me to say to you guys, as always, thank you very much for your company, guys. Keep it safe, enjoy your ride, and wherever you are, keep it shiny side up, and we will catch you for the next one. Cheers folks, bye now, bye.